Welcome, dear friends, to a gentle journey through 180 quiet and wondrous facts about the world of Harry Potter, a universe that began as a simple story written in moments of stillness and blossomed into a global tapestry of magic, friendship, courage, and quiet hope. Tonight, we'll drift through the origins of this beloved world, the inspirations that shaped its enchanting landscapes, the characters who grew in the author's imagination, and the subtle details, both in the books and the films, that have touched the hearts of millions across generations. As we wander softly through these memories and hidden truths, we'll explore the gentle artistry behind spells, creatures, music, sets, and the emotional threads that tie the wizarding world to our own. And now, as you settle deeper into the quiet around you, allow your breath to slow, let your shoulders ease, and feel the soft weight of the night gather close. There is nothing to hold, nothing to solve, nothing to chase, only a calm drifting, as each fact becomes a small lantern glowing softly in the dark. And if you enjoy resting in stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and gently share where you're listening from tonight. Fact 1. The idea for Harry Potter first came to J.K. Rowling during a quiet train journey in 1990, a moment when the world seemed to pause just long enough for imagination to settle gently into place. She later described the memory as soft and vivid, arriving not as a loud spark, but as a calm, complete presence, an orphaned boy who didn't yet know he was extraordinary. There was no paper with her, no urgency to write, only a peaceful certainty that this idea had chosen its moment carefully, unfolding like a whisper meant to be heard in stillness. Fact 2. Rowling began crafting the wizarding world in small, tender pieces, scribbling notes in cafe where warm light pooled across wooden tables. The gentle hum of voices, the clinking of cups, and the drifting warmth of steam created a cocoon where details slowly grew. She found comfort in these quiet places, shaping characters, spells, and histories while letting everyday sounds settle around her like soft background magic. These early pages carried the atmosphere of those mornings, muted, thoughtful, wrapped in the simple beauty of people sharing space, unaware a new world was slowly weaving itself into being beside them. Fact 3. Harry's name was chosen early, long before the story found its final shape. Rowling wanted something simple, soft, and timeless, a name that felt as though it had always existed in a quiet corner of memory. She imagined a boy whose identity was gentle but steadfast, someone who could carry both wonder and sorrow with quiet strength. Harry felt comforting, familiar, like the worn spine of a well-loved book. Potter, a surname from her own childhood neighborhood, added a grounding warmth. Together, the name held a calm, steady rhythm, perfectly suited for a hero who never asked to be one. Fact 4. The concept of wizards living unnoticed among ordinary people grew from Rowling's fascination with the quiet, invisible possibilities of everyday life. She often wondered what secrets might linger just beyond sight, behind old brick walls, beneath flickering street lamps, or within whispered conversations crossing rain-damp streets. This gentle curiosity became the foundation for the wizarding world, a universe that felt close enough to touch. The subtle blending of magical and mundane created a soothing sense that wonder might be quietly present in our own lives, waiting patiently for the right moment to reveal itself like a hidden doorway in plain view. Fact 5. Hogwarts began as a soft image in Rowling's imagination. A distant castle, rising through drifting mist, perched somewhere far from the noise of the world. She envisioned its towers as places where light glowed warmly against stone, where corridors stretched like memories, and where students carried lanterns through hushed hallways at night. The school was born from a longing for refuge, a place where learning, friendship, and discovery unfolded gently. Its name arrived suddenly, during a moment of wandering thought, sounding both comforting and ancient, like a word carried quietly through centuries before finding its story at last. Fact 6. The idea of the Hogwarts Express came from the peaceful rhythm of train travel, the steady hum beneath the feet, the soft blur of countryside passing by, and the sense of being suspended between two worlds. Rowling loved the gentle symbolism of a journey in motion, where students gradually leave the familiar behind and drift towards something new. She imagined the train as warm and welcoming, filled with quiet anticipation and soft conversations. Red felt like the perfect color, bold enough to stand out, yet comforting in its own way, a warm pulse guiding children toward the castle waiting beyond the horizon. Fact 7. The first draft of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone looked quite different from the final version, carrying scenes and ideas that later settled quietly into the background or drifted away entirely. Rowling allowed the story to evolve slowly, like water shaping its path over time. Characters deepened, details softened, and the rhythm of the world found its natural pace. She rewrote the opening chapter many times, searching for a gentle balance of mystery and warmth. This long, patient refining gave the book its steady heartbeat, soft, assured, and quietly inviting readers into a world that felt both new and familiar. Fact 8. Even the smallest magical details, the flavor of Bertie Bott's every flavor beans, the soft flutter of owl wings, the glimmer of floating candles, were shaped from Rowling's love of small wonders. She believed magic should feel intimate, not overwhelming, and that the tiniest moments often held the most charm. Many enchanting touches began as simple thoughts connected to everyday memories, childhood treats, the rustle of birds in morning light, or the gentle glow of candles during quiet evenings. These delicate impressions became threads in a tapestry of wonder, inviting readers to notice the beauty hidden in ordinary life. Fact 9. Hagrid emerged as one of the earliest characters, born from the comforting idea of someone large enough to be intimidating, yet soft-hearted enough to feel immediately safe. Rowling imagined him as a guardian who carried gentleness like a secret warmth beneath layers of strength. His love for magical creatures grew naturally from that tenderness, reflecting a heart that understood the misunderstood. Hagrid's presence in the story was meant to feel like stepping into a warm cottage on a cold night, rough around the edges, yet deeply welcoming, with kindness glowing softly behind every word and gesture. Fact 10. The idea of Muggleborns, witches and wizards born to non-magical families, came from a desire to show that magic, like talent or goodness, can appear anywhere, without expectation. Rowling wanted the wizarding world to feel open and inclusive, shaped by people whose gifts emerged quietly in unexpected places. This concept added a gentle emotional contrast to the story, the quiet wonder of discovering a hidden part of oneself, the soft fear of stepping into the unknown, and the warm reassurance that belonging doesn't come from lineage, but from the heart. Magic in this world finds those who are ready to receive it. Fact 11. Rowling often described the early writing of Harry Potter as a slow unfolding, like watching gentle fog lift from a landscape she already sensed but couldn't fully see. She carried notebooks everywhere, letting ideas drift into place whenever quiet moments allowed. Many details arrived unexpectedly: small phrases, character quirks, or fragments of dialogue whispered into her thoughts during still evenings or unhurried walks. She trusted these soft arrivals, believing the story grew best when given room to breathe. Over time, these scattered notes formed a tapestry of calm, deliberate creation, shaped by patience rather than pressure, and guided by quiet intuition. Fact 12. The idea for the Dursleys' stiff, ordinary world came from Rowling's fascination with contrasts, how magic feels more luminous when paired with plainness and silence. She imagined Privet Drive as a place where everything was neatly trimmed, tightly arranged, and quietly predictable. Its calm, controlled atmosphere emphasized Harry's longing for something unknown, like a soft yearning growing in a child who senses there must be more beyond familiar walls. The Dursleys themselves were shaped as emotional opposites of the warmth found in magical places, so that the transition into the wizarding world felt softer, deeper, and more comforting. Fact 13. Rowling wrote the first book's final chapters long before its beginning was fully formed, allowing the so emotional core of the story to guide everything that came before it. She trusted the feeling of the ending, the warmth of friendship, the gentle triumph, the quiet strength Harry would discover. Knowing where the journey led helped her weave earlier scenes with subtle foreshadowing and soft echoes of what lay ahead. This tender approach created a natural rhythm, letting the story move like a slow, steady river, beginning with uncertainty, flowing through wonder, and settling into a place of calm, heartfelt resolution. Fact 14. The names of many Wizarding World places were shaped from the soft music of language, sounds that felt warm, mysterious, or quietly old. Rowling kept long lists of words she found comforting or intriguing, often mixing syllables until they settled into something that felt right. Diagon Alley grew from a playful twist on diagonally, whispered into a more magical shape. Nocturne Alley followed in a shadowed echo. She loved names that carried both meaning and melody, believing that places should feel alive through their very sound, like gentle spells cast through spoken breath, guiding readers deeper into the world. Fact 15. Rowling's handwritten family trees, maps, and timelines were created as soft frameworks to keep the story's threads intertwined with care. She often drew them during quiet evenings, letting the connections unfold gradually. These diagrams were never strict blueprints. They were gentle reminders of relationships, histories, and emotional bonds. Many remained unseen by readers, existing only to give depth to the world. This patient organization allowed her to write freely while ensuring the wizarding world felt cohesive and steady, as though every character had a place, every event a ripple, and every detail a calm anchor holding the story together. Fact 16. The idea of Platform 9 3/4 arose from Rowling's love of liminal spaces, those soft, in between places where the ordinary world brushes gently against something unseen. Train stations, with their echoing announcements and drifting crowds, always seemed filled with quiet possibility. She imagined a hidden gateway not far from bustling life, a place one could slip through simply by believing. The fraction in the platform's name added a whimsical touch, a subtle reminder that magic often hides in unexpected corners. In this gentle transition point, students crossed from noise into wonder, stepping softly into a world waiting with open arms. Fact 17 Rowling once said that writing the early chapters felt like discovering memories she had somehow forgotten, images arriving fully shaped, as though the world already existed somewhere beyond sight. She approached each scene tenderly, allowing the details to settle at their own pace rather than forcing them forward. This gentle method let emotions guide the narrative. Harry's loneliness, his curiosity, his quiet resilience. She wrote slowly, savoring small moments, the hush of the cupboard under the stairs, the soft surprise of receiving letters, the growing warmth as magic seeped quietly into his life. Each step was taken with patient, thoughtful care. Fact 18 Several characters appeared unexpectedly, drifting into Rowling's imagination without planning. Professor McGonagall arrived with a calm, authoritative presence, already fully formed in voice and demeanor. She felt like a person who had always existed, stoic yet warm beneath her composed exterior. Rowling welcomed these quiet arrivals, trusting that characters who appeared so clearly had something meaningful to offer. She refined them gently, deepening their motivations over time. This intuitive process allowed the wizarding world to feel alive, as though its inhabitants stepped forward from behind a curtain of mist, ready to share their stories with soft, unwavering clarity. Fact 19. The emotional tone of the first book was shaped by Rowling's own experiences of hardship and hope. She wanted the story to carry a sense of gentle resilience, a reminder that even in difficult times, small kindnesses can glow like lanterns in the dark. Harry's strength was never meant to be loud or boastful. It was crafted as quiet courage, slowly revealed through compassion, loyalty, and steady determination. This soft undercurrent of hope became a guiding thread for the entire series. It taught that bravery can be tender, healing can be gradual, and light can grow quietly in unexpected places. Fact 20. Rowling's early notes contained dozens of ideas that never made it into the books, soft fragments that helped her understand the world, even if they remained unseen. She explored alternative story paths, gentle backstories, and magical concepts that later drifted away like fading dreams. These unused ideas were not lost. They enriched the atmosphere, giving the world a depth that readers could feel even in silence. By allowing herself to wander through possibilities, she created a universe that felt vast yet intimate, filled with quiet corners, hidden histories, and the soft promise that every detail held meaning, even if unspoken. Fact 21. The four Hogwarts houses began as a simple idea, rooted in Rowling's fascination with the quiet diversity of human nature. She wanted each house to represent a different kind of inner light: courage, wisdom, loyalty, and ambition, each valuable in its own way. As she shaped them, she imagined their qualities not as sharp divisions, but as soft currents running through every person. The houses grew into symbols of personality and aspiration, offering students a place where their strengths could unfold gently. This balance created a school that felt alive, welcoming, and shaped by many kinds of quiet brilliance. Fact 22. Gryffindor emerged first, shaped from the soft glow of bravery that doesn't seek attention. Rowling imagined courage as something warm and human, a quiet willingness to do what's right even when fear whispers close. The lion, with its noble presence, carried that symbolism in a calm, steady way. The house colors, deep red and gold, were chosen for their warmth, resembling embers glowing in darkness. Gryffindor was meant to feel like a hearth, a place of resolve, friendship, and heartfelt strength. It represented a bravery rooted not in loud heroism, but in quiet choices that ripple gently through the world. Fact 23. Ravenclaw formed from a love of quiet thought, gentle curiosity, and the soft shimmer of imagination. Rowling wanted a house where learning felt like breathing, natural, comforting, and filled with wonder. The eagle symbolized clarity and perspective, soaring above clouds where ideas drift freely. Blue and bronze carried a calm, scholarly light, reminiscent of twilight skies and old library lamps glowing late into the night. Ravenclaw was never meant to be about rigid intelligence. Instead, it embodied the soothing joy of thinking, creating, and exploring ideas in peaceful, unhurried ways, letting wisdom bloom like a slow sunrise. Fact 24. Hufflepuff grew from Rowling's admiration for steadiness, kindness, and the gentle strength of those who work quietly without seeking praise. She imagined the house as a warm garden of soft virtues, loyalty, patience, humility, and compassion. The badger, small yet fiercely protective of what it loves, carried that symbolism beautifully. Yellow and black created a grounded warmth, like sunlight resting on rich soil. Hufflepuff was intentionally the most welcoming house, a reminder that gentleness is powerful, that fairness is noble, and that ordinary goodness can shine softly through even the darkest corners of life with unwavering warmth. Fact 25. Slytherin was shaped from a more complex emotion, an appreciation for ambition, resourcefulness, and quiet determination. Rowling wanted a house that represented the subtle strengths of those who dream beyond the horizon. The serpent symbolized both mystery and transformation, gliding through shadows with calm precision. Green and silver reflected moonlit forests and deep waters, tones that felt introspective and cool. Slytherin was never meant as a place of darkness, but a space for those who carried their hopes like hidden embers, nurturing them carefully. Its values offered a reminder that ambition, when guided gently, can lead to meaningful change. Fact 26. Rowling designed the sorting hat as a soft mediator, a calm voice bridging uncertainty and belonging. She imagined its worn fabric carrying centuries of memories, laughter, whispers, footsteps, and gently guiding each new student toward a place that felt right. The hat's ability to sense hidden qualities symbolized the quiet truth that people are more than they appear. Its songs, playful yet wise, offered reassurance at the threshold of the unknown. By placing the sorting ceremony early in each school year, Rowling created a soothing ritual that helped students settle into their new world, embraced by warmth and gentle guidance. Fact 27. Hogwarts's motto, Draco dormiens nunquam titilandus, never tickle a sleeping dragon, was chosen with a soft smile, blending ancient-sounding Latin with gentle humor. Rowling wanted the school to feel timeless while holding a touch of whimsy, reminding readers that even grand institutions can carry light-hearted wisdom. The motto adds a playful softness to the castle's grandeur, balancing age-old traditions with a calm sense of perspective. It embodies the gentle truth that not all knowledge must be heavy or solemn. Sometimes, simple reminders wrapped in gentle words can offer the clearest guidance on how to move through the world. Fact 28. The moving staircases came from Rowling's fondness for places that feel slightly alive, as though the walls themselves breathed softly with memory. She imagined students wandering through shifting paths, learning patience and adaptability along the way. The staircases weren't meant to frustrate, they were gentle symbols of change, reminding students that even familiar routes may transform. This subtle unpredictability added a dreamy quality to Hogwarts, making the castle feel like an old friend who enjoys quiet surprises. Each creak, shift, and slow turn contributed to the sense that magic was always present, drifting through the halls like a sigh. In fact, 29. The house ghosts were created to add a quiet layer of history to Hogwarts, a sense that generations had passed through its walls, leaving behind soft imprints of their lives. Rowling shaped each ghost to represent its house's emotional core: the Grey Lady's wisdom, the Fat Friar's kindness, Nearly Headless Nick's blend of bravery and gentle melancholy, and the Bloody Baron's somber stillness. They wander the halls like drifting memories, offering comfort, reflection, and subtle guidance. Their presence reminds readers that the past lingers softly, not to haunt, but to share stories, lessons, and quiet echoes of long ago days. Fact 30. The enchanted ceiling of the Great Hall was inspired by the peaceful beauty of night skies. Those moments when stars sit quietly above the world, steady and comforting. Rowling wanted students to feel connected to the rhythms of nature, even while surrounded by stone walls and ancient spells. The ceiling mirrored whatever sky lay beyond, allowing soft sunlight, drifting clouds, or shimmering constellations to accompany each meal. This gentle detail made the Great Hall feel like a sanctuary where magic and nature blended harmoniously. It created an atmosphere of calm wonder, as though the heavens themselves watched over every gathering. Fact 31. Rowling's love for magical creatures came from a fascination with the quiet, natural beauty of the world's real animals. Many of her magical creatures, like the hippogriff, the centaur, and the thestral, were inspired by real world legends and wildlife, reimagined with soft tenderness. The hippogriff, for example, blended the majestic beauty of an eagle with the grounded strength of a horse, creating a creature that embodied both grace and dignity. Rowling believed that magical creatures should feel both familiar and otherworldly, as though they lived just on the edge of our imagination, waiting to be discovered in quiet moments. Fact 32. The Thestrals, with their skeletal frames and soft, knowing eyes, were conceived as symbols of quiet resilience and acceptance. Rowling wanted them to embody the concept of moving through life's darker moments with calm understanding. These creatures are only visible to those who have witnessed death, making them a gentle metaphor for how life and loss intertwine. While their appearance might seem eerie at first, their gentle, patient nature represents the soft strength found in facing life's challenges. They offer a reminder that the presence of something dark can also bring about growth and quiet wisdom. Fact 33. The phoenix was a creature steeped in myth, but Rowling reimagined it with an emotional softness that emphasized its cycles of death and rebirth. Fawkes, Dumbledore's phoenix, represented quiet resilience, the ability to endure through hardship, and the beauty of starting anew. The bird's fiery plumage and melodic song provided warmth in the coldest moments, offering comfort as it soared through the Hogwarts halls. Rowling's depiction of Fawkes was never about fear of death. Instead, it was a gentle exploration of how endings could be both sad and liberating, and how hope quietly rises, even from ashes. Fact 34: the house elves, with their mischievous yet deeply loyal nature, were inspired by the concept of servitude as both a burden and a path to freedom. Rowling wanted them to represent kindness, selflessness, and the quiet dignity of those who serve others without seeking recognition. At the same time, she infused them with a quiet yearning for autonomy, giving their character arcs a soft, emotional depth. Their relationship with their masters was never purely about loyalty. It was tinged with the hope of a better future, one where even the smallest, humblest creatures could find their place in the world. Fact 35: the unicorn, shimmering with purity and grace, was meant to represent the untouched, untamed beauty of the magical world. Rowling placed it in her world not just as a rare creature, but as a symbol of innocence and quiet strength. Its soft mane and silken coat seemed untouched by time, and its presence evoked a sense of peace that seemed to hover gently in the air. While it remained elusive and untouchable to most, the unicorn quietly reminded everyone that there are things worth striving for: beauty, goodness, and purity that exist just beyond reach, waiting to be cherished. Fact 36: Rowling's approach to magical creatures often reflected her belief that the most extraordinary things can often be the quietest. Take, for example, the owl. While owls are common creatures, Rowling imbued them with a magical grace, making them messengers of hope, carrying letters of change and growth between worlds. Hedwig, Harry's faithful owl, was more than a companion. She was a symbol of loyalty, the quiet power of communication, and the steady pulse of Harry's growing connection to the magical world. Through Hedwig's gentle eyes and unspoken bond with Harry, Rowling illustrated that magic is often found in the simplest of acts. Fact 37: the werewolf, introduced through the character of Remus Lupin, was created as a symbol of quiet struggle, highlighting the emotional complexity of those who suffer in silence. While many saw Lupin's transformation into a werewolf as a terrifying event, Rowling used it as an opportunity to show how fear, isolation, and acceptance could exist side by side. The werewolf became a subtle metaphor for the unseen burdens many people carry, and Lupin's story reminded readers that there is often more to a person than meets the eye. In his quiet strength, Lupin showed the power of self acceptance. Fact 38: the blast ended scroots, a quirky creation from the Goblet of Fire, were designed to be both absurd and endearing. Rowling introduced them with a light-hearted sense of fun, showing that magical creatures could sometimes bring humor and chaos into the lives of the characters. These creatures, unpredictable and clumsy, represented the unexpected joy of discovery. They reminded readers that magic, in its essence, is often more playful and unpredictable than anyone could imagine. Despite their dangerous nature, the blast-ended scroots carried a reminder that even the wildest of things can be met with curiosity, humor, and a touch of kindness. Fact 39: the giant squid in the Hogwarts lake was another creature born from Rowling's love of quiet, mysterious things. It never sought attention, always lingering below the surface, its movements barely noticeable in the deep waters. Yet, it became a subtle part of the magical atmosphere at Hogwarts, reminding students of the quiet mysteries lurking just beneath the surface. Rowling often spoke of her affinity for creatures that exist quietly at the edges of our world, those that inspire wonder without demanding it. The giant squid, like many creatures, was a gentle symbol of the unknown that could never fully be understood. Fact 40. Rowling's use of magical creatures often mirrored her belief in the importance of balance between light and dark, joy and sorrow, freedom and restraint. Creatures like the Niffler and the Hungarian Horntail were introduced with a sense of controlled chaos, showing that magic, though wondrous, could also be unpredictable and even dangerous. Yet even these creatures, wild as they were, had their own beauty, their own purpose. Rowling's careful depiction of such creatures underscored the idea that even in the most chaotic magic, there is always a gentle rhythm, a soft pulse that reminds us that all things find their place. Fact 41. The character of Hermione Granger underwent subtle transformations during the early stages of the series. Rowling initially conceived her as a more serious, almost bookish figure, but over time she became softer, warmer, and more emotionally complex. Hermione's character was shaped by Rowling's own experiences with childhood friendships, where intelligence and kindness and a strong sense of justice often created a quiet strength. Hermione's evolution reflected the balance between intellect and empathy, and through her, readers witnessed the importance of compassion and self awareness, as well as the strength found in quietly standing up for what is right. Fact 42. Ron Weasley's development as a character was grounded in Rowling's desire to show that loyalty and love often carry quiet, unspoken strength. Ron's role as Harry's best friend grew more prominent as Rowling softened his earlier qualities. He was meant to be neither perfect nor without flaws, but someone whose steady loyalty could shine through moments of uncertainty. Ron became a grounding force for Harry, always there, even when he doubted himself. His personal growth, paired with his inherent warmth, made him a symbol of how deep relationships are often built on patience, humor, and a quiet, lasting loyalty. Fact 43. The transformation of Neville Longbottom from a timid, awkward boy into a brave hero was a quiet, slow evolution. Rowling saw Neville as a reflection of hidden potential, someone who grew in small, unnoticeable ways until, at the right moment, his true courage emerged. This subtle development mirrored the quiet resilience found in many of us, who may struggle but ultimately rise in the face of adversity. Neville's journey was a reminder that bravery isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's found in the quiet moments of standing tall, even when fear quietly whispers. Fact 44. The character of Draco Malfoy shifted considerably over the course of the series. Rowling wanted to show how deeply ingrained prejudices could shape a person's worldview, yet also how the possibility of change was always present. Draco began as a character who represented elitism and pride, but his evolution revealed the fragility of these qualities. Over time, Draco's inner conflict became apparent, and his softer, more conflicted moments showed the emotional complexity of growing up. His eventual redemption, though quiet, was an important aspect of the series, reminding readers that change is often gradual, subtle, and deeply personal. Fact 45. Albus Dumbledore's character was one of the most carefully developed in the series. Rowling initially conceived him as a more traditional, almost godlike figure, but over time he became far more complex. Dumbledore's quiet wisdom was shaped by loss, love, and the gentle acceptance of his own mistakes. Through his character, Rowling explored themes of redemption, humility, and the internal struggle between light and dark. Dumbledore's mistakes were never hidden. Instead, they were woven into the story with a quiet grace, teaching readers that true wisdom comes from acknowledging our flaws and learning to grow through them. Fact 46: Severusny, one of the series' most enigmatic characters, changed dramatically during the writing process. Rowling originally planned him to be a straightforward villain, but as the story progressed, she realized the depth and complexity he needed. Snape was shaped by a quiet, profound pain, his bitterness and coldness covering deep scars. His journey was one of secret sacrifice and unspoken love, slowly unfolding throughout the series. Snape's character mirrored the idea that people are often more than they seem, and that the quietest forms of courage and loyalty can be hidden behind walls of pain and fear. Fact 47: Ginny Weasley's character grew out of Rowling's desire to create a female character who was strong, independent, and unafraid to follow her heart. Initially, Ginny was more passive, a bit of a background character, but as the series progressed, Rowling allowed her to come into her own with quiet confidence. Ginny's transformation was subtle but significant. She wasn't defined by her relationships with others, but by her own fierce spirit. Her growth echoed a deeper message that strength doesn't always have to be loud or overt. It can be quiet, confident, and steady, rooted in self-belief. Fact 48: Hagrid was inspired by the archetype of the gentle giant, but his character grew into something much deeper. Rowling wanted him to embody kindness and unconditional love, even in the face of prejudice and misunderstanding. While Hagrid was often seen as a protector, his vulnerabilities and tender heart became more apparent as the story unfolded. Hagrid's character was meant to show that strength is not always measured in physical size, but in the softness of one's heart. His quiet, enduring loyalty to Harry and the other students served as a reminder that true strength is often found in kindness and compassion. Fact 49: Minerva McGonagall's transformation from a stern, no-nonsense character into one of the most beloved figures in the series was a slow evolution rooted in the quiet understanding of those around her. Rowling wanted McGonagall to be a figure of authority and wisdom, but also one who carried a deep compassion, often hidden beneath her stern exterior. McGonagall's character grew with every book, revealing a warm, nurturing side, especially in her interactions with her students. Through her, Rowling showed that strength and gentleness could coexist harmoniously, and that leadership is often quietly shaped by care and consideration. Fact 50: The character of Luna Lovegood, with her ethereal, dreamy nature, was one of Rowling's most cherished creations. Luna was inspired by the quiet beauty of those who see the world differently and are unafraid to express it. She was never meant to be an overt hero, but rather a subtle source of wisdom and perspective. Luna's ability to stay true to herself, even when others didn't understand her, represented the soft power of individuality. Her presence in the series gently reminded readers that being true to one's inner self can be a quiet form of strength, often overlooked by the world. Fact 51: The spells in the Harry Potter universe were crafted with great care, many of them drawing from Latin roots to evoke a sense of ancient magic. Rowling wanted each incantation to feel grounded in history, yet also carry a sense of mystery and wonder. For example, lumos, the spell that produces light, comes from the Latin word for light, lux. This simple connection between word and effect gave the spells a quiet sense of logic, making the magic feel natural, as if the universe itself whispered the secrets of its enchantments, waiting to be discovered. Fact 52. The levitation charm, Wingardium Leviosa, was a spell that symbolized both control and release. Rowling chose the word Leviosa to evoke a sense of lightness, while the word wing suggested the uplifting, freeing nature of flight. The charm's soft cadence matched its purpose, not to force but to guide, gently lifting objects into the air. Through this spell, Harry's first real act of magic, Rowling hinted at a deeper theme in the series, that magic is as much about letting go and trusting as it is about control, a quiet lesson about balance and restraint. Fact 53. The mending charm, Reparo, was a simple yet powerful spell. Its name, derived from the Latin reparare, meaning to repair, perfectly captured its function. Rowling wanted the spell to embody the quiet power of restoration, a reminder that even in brokenness, things could be made whole again. It wasn't about grand gestures or complex rituals, but about small, everyday acts of repair, both magical and emotional. The spell echoed the series' central theme that love and care, often quiet and unseen, have the power to heal even the most shattered pieces of the world. Fact 54. Accio, the summoning charm, was a spell that symbolized desire, urgency, and focus. Derived from the Latin axio, meaning I summon, it was both simple and powerful. Rowling wanted this charm to reflect the quiet intensity of intent, the way a single determined thought could pull something toward you, as if the universe responded to deep desire. In many ways, Accio mirrored the series' overarching theme of searching for what we need, not just what we want, and the quiet but potent force of focus that shapes our destiny, even in the smallest moments. Fact 55. The Patronus charm, Expecto Patronum, was one of the most emotionally charged spells in the series. It was meant to conjure a Patronus, a protective force made of pure light. The charm's name comes from expecto, meaning I await, and patronus, meaning protector, in Latin. Rowling crafted the patronus as a symbol of hope and light in times of darkness, representing the quiet resilience that resides even in the hardest of hearts. Through this spell, she gently reminded us that no matter how bleak things may seem, a flicker of light can always be summoned, quietly pushing the darkness away. Fact 56. The cheering charm, Rictus Sempra, was designed to bring laughter and lightness to any situation. Its name, a mix of rictus, meaning grin, and sempra, meaning always, reflects its effect, an unending stream of laughter. Rowling wanted this charm to embody the joy and relief that laughter can bring, even in moments of fear or sorrow. The charm was a reminder that magic isn't always about grand transformations or battles. Sometimes, the gentlest forms of magic, like joy and comfort, can bring the greatest healing. In its own soft way, the cheering charm offered a reminder that laughter is a powerful spell. Fact 57. Petrificus Totalis, the full body bind curse, was designed to stop someone completely in their tracks, locking them in place. Rowling chose its name to evoke the stillness and immobility of the spell's effects. The combination of petrificus, from petrify, to turn into stone, and totalis, total, gave it a cold, final tone, but the spell itself was never meant to harm. Instead, it acted as a form of restraint, freezing a moment in time. In a way, it represented the stillness we often need in times of conflict, to pause, reflect, and gather our strength before moving forward. Fact 58. The Polyjuice Potion was a complex, transformative brew that allowed the drinker to take on the appearance of another. Rowling's creation of this potion was inspired by the idea of identity and the quiet, shifting nature of self perception. The potion required careful preparation, symbolizing the effort needed to understand oneself or another person. Its unsettling nature, transforming one person into another, mirrored the theme of duality present throughout the series. It gently explored the idea that we are always changing, always becoming, and that identity is a fluid, ever shifting concept, just like the potion that could mimic another's appearance. Fact 59: the warding charm, Protego, was designed to create a shield against magical attacks, a protective barrier between the caster and the danger that threatened. Its name, derived from protego, meaning to protect, in Latin, was a simple but powerful evocation of safety and defense. Rowling envisioned this spell as a symbol of inner strength, a quiet but potent force that keeps harm at bay. It wasn't about aggression or force, but about the peace that comes with knowing you are protected. In many ways, Protego encapsulated the protective love and resilience that flowed through the heart of the series. Fact 60: the conjunctivitis curse, conjunctivitis, was a spell designed to cause temporary blindness or irritation in the eyes of its target. The spell's name, derived from the word for inflammation of the eye, was chosen for its simplicity and directness. Rowling wanted this curse to serve as a reminder that magic, while wondrous and beautiful, could also be used for harm. It represented a quiet, subtle form of cruelty, not in the physical violence it caused, but in the way it impeded one's ability to see clearly. In many ways, the spell mirrored the theme of how darkness can cloud perception. Fact 61: the production of the first Harry Potter film was a quiet yet exhilarating process, filled with anticipation as the magical world took shape. The filmmakers worked meticulously to ensure the details, both big and small, felt real. The Hogwarts sets, for example, were built with such precision that every stone, every archway felt alive. The Great Hall, with its high ceilings and long tables, was an especially emotional moment for the crew, as it seemed to embody the very heart of the story. The quiet teamwork behind the scenes mirrored the warmth and unity central to the books. Fact 62: the casting of Harry Potter was a moment of soft serendipity. Daniel Radcliffe, who was just 11 years old when he was cast, had no formal acting experience, but brought a natural warmth and quiet intensity to the role. His ability to convey Harry's inner turmoil, even with the subtlest of expressions, made him the perfect fit. Radcliffe often spoke about how he grew alongside the character, finding solace in the shared experience of growing up with the books. His portrayal was never about dramatics, but about capturing the quiet strength that Harry carried, often without realizing it. Fact 63: the iconic Hogwarts Express was a blend of magic and reality. While the exterior was filmed on a real train that traveled through the Scottish Highlands, the interior was crafted on a specially built set designed to evoke warmth and nostalgia. The windows were often tinted, casting soft light into the compartment, creating the illusion of a gentle evening ride. Every detail, from the worn-out wood to the flickering lights, was chosen to give the train a lived-in feel. It represented the journey into the magical world, where new experiences awaited just beyond the horizon, bathed in twilight. Fact 64: the filmmakers worked with a team of dedicated prop designers to create the countless magical items used throughout the series. The broomsticks, wands, and various potions bottles were crafted with quiet precision, as the crew believed that every object needed to feel as though it had a story behind it. One of the most beloved props, Harry's wand, was carefully designed to evoke both elegance and mystery. Its simple yet intricate design reflected the quiet power within Harry, a reminder that the most potent magic often comes from the softest, least assuming things. Fact 65: Hogwarts itself was brought to life through a combination of practical sets and computer generated effects. The model of the castle, used for many exterior shots, was painstakingly crafted and stood as a testament to the attention to detail the filmmakers brought to the world. The sweeping aerial shots of the castle were accompanied by soft, ethereal music that perfectly complemented the castle's grandeur. Through these visuals, Hogwarts became more than a mere setting. It became a character in itself, with its own warmth and charm and quiet secrets, echoing the story's themes of belonging and discovery. Fact 66: The film's soundtrack, composed by John Williams, played a crucial role in creating the atmosphere that would become synonymous with the Harry Potter films. The music was intentionally designed to evoke a sense of wonder, nostalgia, and mystery. One of the most famous pieces, Hedwig's theme, was introduced early on and became a musical signature of the series. It embodied the quiet magic of the story, the feeling of entering a world filled with both excitement and calm. The music wrapped the story in a soft, memorable layer, adding depth to every scene, no matter how small. For fact 67: the filmmakers worked with special effects artists to craft the magic that would come to life on screen. The spells, from Expelliarmus to Expecto Patronum, were carefully designed to have a graceful, fluid quality. The magic in the films was never meant to be violent or flashy, but soft and precise, much like how magic was described in the books. The visual effects team worked to ensure that each spell had its own personality, almost like a whisper of power, softly shaping the world around it. In this way, magic felt as natural as breathing. Fact 68: Filming the Quidditch scenes required a great deal of physical effort and creativity. The actors had to perform stunts on broomsticks that were mounted on rigs, simulating the soaring sensation. Despite the technical challenges, there was a quiet sense of wonder and excitement on set. The filmmakers captured the game's high energy moments while maintaining the dreamlike quality of flying. Quidditch, like many other magical elements, became a gentle metaphor for the exhilaration of discovery and the thrill of adventure, all without losing the soft, comforting essence of being part of a world that felt both thrilling and familiar. Fact 69: The first Harry Potter film was directed by Chris Columbus, who brought a sense of warmth and nostalgia to the production. Columbus's approach to the story was one of emotional depth, focusing on the characters and their relationships rather than just the magical spectacle. His direction helped the film maintain a soft, reflective tone that resonated with both young and adult audiences. Columbus understood that at the heart of the magical world was a story about love, friendship, and growing up, which he conveyed through gentle moments, subtle performances, and a steady rhythm throughout the film. Fact 70: The use of natural locations in the films was integral to creating the magical atmosphere of the wizarding world. Many of the outdoor scenes, including the Forbidden Forest, were filmed in lush, green areas of Scotland. These locations were chosen not only for their beauty, but for the sense of timelessness they conveyed. The quiet grandeur of the Scottish Highlands mirrored the vast, mysterious world of magic that lay beyond the reach of ordinary life. These natural backdrops helped to ground the magical world in reality, creating a peaceful yet awe inspiring connection between the real and the imagined. Fact 71. The intricate details of Hogwarts's interior were carefully crafted to evoke the feeling of a place that had existed for centuries. Every room, corridor, and stairway was designed with subtle history in mind, ensuring the castle felt alive with the past. The paintings on the walls, some of which were animated to move, represented the deep connection between the magical world and the art that had stood the test of time. These little touches gave Hogwarts a living, breathing presence, as if it had witnessed generations of magical students and was ready to share its quiet, ancient stories. Fact 72. The Weasley family's home, the Burrow, was constructed with warmth and eccentricity in mind. The set design team wanted it to feel like a real home, one filled with love, mess, and life. The house was designed to look crooked, with walls that leaned and rooms that seemed to overflow with odd, magical items. Every detail in the burrow, from the mismatched furniture to the magical gadgets, was meant to create a sense of comfort, chaos, and warmth. The burrow became a symbol of family, where imperfections and love intertwined in a space that felt uniquely personal and safe. Fact 73. The Marauder's map, introduced in The Prisoner of Azkaban, was designed to capture the playful yet mysterious nature of Hogwarts. Each tiny footprint and moving figure was carefully hand drawn, lending the map an almost magical, handcrafted quality. The design team ensured that it looked like something created by students, perhaps as a secret joke, yet it also had a sense of intricate, deliberate planning. The soft, parchment like texture of the map reflected the warmth of a time long past, filled with memories, secrets, and quiet adventures that only a few could access, hidden in the corners of Hogwarts. Fact 74. The Forbidden Forest, one of the most iconic and haunting places in the series, was filmed in lush, dense forests in Ireland and Scotland. These locations were chosen not only for their beauty, but also for their ability to evoke a sense of quiet danger. The towering trees and thick fog created an atmosphere of mystery, where each step felt like it could lead to the unknown. The forest's design was meant to reflect the untamed nature of magic itself, wild, unpredictable, yet full of subtle wonder. It was a place where danger and beauty coexisted, softly waiting to be discovered. Fact 75. The design of Diagon Alley was inspired by the charm and bustle of old London streets, filled with narrow passageways and hidden shops. The set designers wanted the street to feel like a magical, bustling market that could easily be tucked away in the heart of the city, just out of sight from muggles. The cobblestone streets, the flickering shop lights, and the soft hum of wizarding activity created a space that was both magical and familiar. The alley captured the heart of the wizarding world, alive with magic, but wrapped in the warm, comforting embrace of home. Fact 76. The pensieve, an object used to view memories, was designed to have a liquid, almost dreamlike quality. The swirling silver liquid in the pensieve's basin symbolized the fluidity of time and memory, allowing viewers to gently slip into the past. The soft, glowing lights that surrounded the pensieve's basin added an ethereal atmosphere, making it feel as though one were stepping into a dream or a distant memory. Through the pensieve, Rowling's themes of memory, loss, and reflection were given physical form, inviting the audience to revisit the past while remaining anchored in the present. Fact 77. The design of the Room of Requirement, one of the most magical and mysterious places in the series, was inspired by the concept of a space that adapts to one's needs. The room's ability to change form, shifting from a secret hideaway to a practice space for Dumbledore's army, reflected the quiet magic that flows through the wizarding world, shifting and shaping itself in response to the heart's desires. The space was designed to evoke a sense of possibility, showing that the right moment or the right place can always be found when one knows where to look. Fact 78. In the first film, the choice to use real locations for the Hogwarts Express journey through the Scottish Highlands was deliberate, creating a sense of timelessness. The beautiful landscapes, with their sweeping views of mountains, lochs, and mist, reflected the magic of the journey Harry was about to undertake. The real world setting made the magical elements of the story feel more grounded, as if Hogwarts and the wizarding world could exist just beyond the edges of everyday life. The tranquil beauty of these landscapes helped frame the story's sense of adventure while keeping its heart warm and familiar. Fact 79. The depiction of the Triwizard Tournament in the Goblet of Fire was designed to feel like a grand yet intimate event. The maze, in particular, was crafted with great care, with winding paths and towering hedges that seemed to stretch on forever. The soft, eerie atmosphere of the maze was meant to evoke both mystery and anticipation, drawing the contestants and the audience into a world of quiet tension. The maze represented the unknown challenges of growing up, where every turn could lead to something unexpected, but always with the promise of eventual discovery and growth. Fact 80. The portraits in Hogwarts were designed to move, but the team approached them with a sense of subtlety. Instead of drawing attention to their movement, the filmmakers made sure the portraits fit naturally into the world of Hogwarts. Each painting was carefully crafted to reflect its subject's personality, creating a quiet sense of history within the walls of the castle. The soft transitions between frames made the portraits feel like part of the school's living, breathing atmosphere. They were reminders of the past, gently present, with their own stories to tell, if only one was patient enough to listen. Fact 81. The bond between the three leads, Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson, grew over the course of the films, and their friendship was built on shared experiences of growing up together in the magical world of Harry Potter. Despite the pressures of fame, the trio found comfort in their time together on set. Their camaraderie, born from the long hours and shared laughter, translated into the warmth and authenticity of their performances. The trio's quiet, genuine friendship became a reflection of the close bond Harry, Ron, and Hermione shared, making their on-screen relationships feel even more heartfelt. Fact 82. Daniel Radcliffe, who played Harry, often spoke about the peaceful connection he felt with the character. As the series progressed, he became more deeply attuned to Harry's inner struggles and quiet bravery. Radcliffe's personal growth mirrored Harry's, and he often referred to the character as a comforting guide through his own teenage years. His connection to Harry was never about dramatic performances, but about capturing the softer, more vulnerable aspects of the character, the boy who faced fear without knowing what lay ahead, and who found strength in friendship, love, and the quiet courage to keep moving forward. Fact 83. Emma Watson, who portrayed Hermione Granger, was only 11 when she first took on the role. Her journey with the character was deeply personal. As Hermione grew in confidence, so did Watson, who found comfort in Hermione's strong, intelligent, and kind nature. Watson often spoke about how the character taught her the value of self respect, hard work, and the importance of standing up for others. Hermione's quiet strength resonated with Watson, who later used her platform to champion social causes, mirroring Hermione's advocacy for justice and fairness. The character's impact on Watson's life was profound and lasting. Fact 84. Rupert Grint, who played Ron Weasley, brought his own subtle charm to the character. Ron's role, as Harry's loyal, loving friend, resonated deeply with Grint, who often found himself reflecting on the importance of friendship and loyalty. Off screen, Grint was known for his playful sense of humor, which matched Ron's lighter moments in the films. Despite the jokes, Grint felt the weight of Ron's emotional growth, his gradual transition from the self doubting boy to a courageous, self assured man. Ron's journey reminded Grint of the quiet strength found in friendship, especially in times of uncertainty, making his performance even more heartfelt. Fact 85. The cast often spent long hours together on set, and these shared moments created a family like atmosphere. The actors found comfort in each other's presence, helping each other through challenging scenes and supporting one another through the emotional weight of the story. The quiet, behind the scenes camaraderie added depth to their on screen relationships. The set itself became a second home for many, a place where friends could gather, laugh, and lean on each other, creating a strong bond that lasted well beyond the final film. These friendships, nurtured over years, mirrored the close ties of the characters they portrayed. Fact 86. One of the most memorable behind the scenes moments for the cast was when they filmed the Yule Ball scene in the Goblet of Fire. The elegant gowns, tuxedos, and festive atmosphere were a stark contrast to the usual Hogwarts uniforms, and the actors enjoyed the playful and light-hearted nature of the scene. However, the process was also filled with quiet nerves and excitement. The ball symbolized the transition from childhood to adolescence, both for the characters and the actors. Despite the glitz and glamour, the scene was a reminder that even magical moments are built on small, meaningful connections. Fact 87. Throughout the series, the actors shared a special bond with the film's crew, who often became like family. The close-knit atmosphere on set made the long shooting days more enjoyable and less stressful. The crew was dedicated to making the world of Harry Potter as immersive and believable as possible, and their soft attention to detail helped bring the magical world to life. This sense of teamwork was felt by the cast, who often spoke of their deep appreciation for everyone involved in the process. The gentle, collaborative spirit behind the scenes was one of the true hearts of the series. Fact 88. One of the most heartfelt moments on set occurred when the cast gathered to film the scene in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, where Harry and Hermione dance together in a small, intimate scene. The simplicity and tenderness of the moment spoke volumes about their friendship. The actors were moved by the quiet intimacy of the scene, which required no words, just a shared, subtle connection between the characters. The scene became a reminder of the enduring bonds between friends, no matter the trials or challenges faced. It was a soft, reflective moment in the midst of the growing conflict. Fact 89. Behind the scenes, the cast and crew would often participate in playful pranks and games, bringing lightness to the long, often intense days of shooting. These moments of levity were important in maintaining the balance between the weight of the story and the joy of creating something magical. The actors found comfort in their off screen friendships, sharing quiet jokes and gentle laughs, which helped them bond not only as co stars, but as people who genuinely cared for one another. These moments became treasured memories, reminding the cast that magic is not only in the films, but in the bonds they shared. Fact 90. The friendship between the three leads, Daniel, Rupert, and Emma, was an essential part of the film's success. Off screen, they supported one another through the highs and lows of fame, and their shared experiences of growing up together gave them a unique understanding of one another. This emotional connection translated into their performances, where the trio's chemistry felt natural and effortless. The bond between Harry, Ron, and Hermione on screen mirrored the close, familial bond the actors shared off screen, making their friendship one of the most cherished and authentic aspects of the entire series. It was a quiet but profound connection. Fact 91. At the heart of Harry Potter is the theme of love, an enduring, quiet force that binds the characters together and drives the story forward. Rowling often spoke of love as the strongest form of magic, a thread that weaves through every act of courage, sacrifice, and healing. Harry's journey is marked by the quiet presence of love, whether it's the love of his parents, the loyalty of his friends, or the unconditional affection from figures like Hagrid. This love, even when lost or challenged, always leaves behind an echo, a soft memory that endures, shaping the choices Harry makes. Fact 92. Memory plays a key role in the Harry Potter series, especially as characters confront the past and its shadows. Through the pensive, Harry is able to revisit memories, which emphasizes the quiet power of reflection and understanding. Memories, whether painful or comforting, shape who we are and how we perceive the present. Rowling used the pensive as a metaphor for how we carry our histories with us, sometimes as clear recollections and sometimes as soft, lingering shadows. The characters, particularly Harry, learn that understanding one's past is essential to moving forward, making peace with what has come before. Fact 93. Courage in the Harry Potter series is often portrayed not as an absence of fear, but as the quiet decision to face it. From Harry's first encounter with Voldemort to the final battle, the theme of courage runs gently through each book. The courage displayed by characters like Neville Longbottom, who stands up to his friends in the face of danger, and Ginny Weasley, who speaks up even when she feels overlooked, reflects the series' message that bravery often comes in small, quiet moments. These actions, while not always loud, resonate deeply and inspire others to act with quiet conviction. Fact 94. Sacrifice is another central theme in the Harry Potter series, woven quietly into the fabric of every major decision. From Lily Potter's selfless love that saved Harry to Snape's eventual willingness to lay down his life for the greater good, the idea of sacrifice permeates the story. Rowling wanted to show that sacrifice, whether it's for love, friendship, or a cause greater than oneself, doesn't always come with fanfare. It's often a subtle, private choice made in moments of quiet reflection, where the heart and mind align and the courage to give up something precious becomes the most powerful form of magic. Fact 95. The theme of identity runs deeply throughout the series, with characters constantly questioning who they are and who they wish to become. Harry, in particular, faces this struggle as he learns of his past and must reconcile it with his future. Through characters like Hermione and Draco, who both grapple with their own sense of self worth, Rowling explores the quiet challenges of growing up and discovering one's true purpose. The series reminds readers that our identities are not fixed and that who we are is shaped by the choices we make, the people we love, and the lessons we learn. Fact 96. Friendship is portrayed as an essential, unspoken bond in Harry Potter, forming the foundation of the trio's journey. Harry, Ron, and Hermione's friendship is not without its struggles, but the love and loyalty they share are evident in every moment of the series. Rowling created these relationships to reflect the subtle, enduring strength of true friendship. Whether it's the quiet understanding between Harry and Ron or Hermione's unwavering support, these bonds illustrate that true friends can be a steady source of comfort, strength, and warmth in the darkest times, reminding readers of the importance of loyalty and compassion. Fact 97. The theme of destiny is woven softly through the fabric of Harry's life. From the prophecy that binds him to Voldemort to his own choices that carve his path, Harry's destiny is one of both fate and free will. Rowling delicately explored the tension between these two forces, showing that while we may be shaped by the past, we are also defined by the decisions we make. Harry's willingness to choose love and loyalty over power and hatred demonstrates that our destinies are not written in stone. Instead, they are shaped by the quiet courage to choose what is right. Fact 98. The quiet power of memory is reflected in the Harry Potter series through the many moments of recollection where characters look back at their experiences with soft nostalgia or regret. Whether it's Harry remembering his parents through the mirror of Arist or Snape's secret memories revealed through the pensieve, memory is shown to have both healing and haunting qualities. These recollections, while sometimes painful, allow characters to come to terms with their pasts, learn from their experiences, and move forward. The theme of memory reminds readers that while the past cannot be changed, it shapes who we become, quietly guiding our actions. Fact 99. The importance of choice is a thread that runs through Harry Potter, often highlighted by Dumbledore's gentle words to Harry. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Harry's ability to choose, even when the path ahead is unclear or daunting, defines his journey. The series underscores that we are not defined by our circumstances or even our abilities, but by the quiet decisions we make in the face of adversity. Whether it's choosing to fight for what's right or simply choosing to believe in something greater than oneself, those choices shape the future. Fact 100. The battle between good and evil in Harry Potter is often portrayed as a quiet, internal conflict. While Voldemort and his followers are loud and ruthless in their pursuit of power, Harry's fight is more subtle, rooted in the quiet strength of his convictions. The story shows that good doesn't always wear a shining armor or boast of its victories. It's often seen in the smallest, most silent acts of courage and kindness. Whether it's Harry standing up to bullies or Snape protecting students in secret, the true battle is fought not in grand gestures, but in quiet, everyday moments of resistance. Fact 101: the celebration of Christmas at Hogwarts was one of the most magical moments of the year, filled with warmth, tradition, and quiet magic. The Great Hall was decorated with glittering candles, and the tables groaned under the weight of festive food. For Harry, who had never experienced a family Christmas, it was a moment of peace, a chance to feel the quiet comfort of belonging. The holiday traditions at Hogwarts, from the magical decorations to the gift giving, mirrored the series' theme of finding warmth and family, even in places that seemed distant or unfamiliar. Fact 102: the Yule Ball, introduced in the Goblet of Fire, was a magical tradition meant to bring the Triwizard Tournament's competitors together. But beyond the dancing and elegance, the ball represented a quiet turning point in the characters' lives. It was their first experience with growing up and the complexities of relationships. For Harry, it was an opportunity to see his friends in a new light, and for Ron and Hermione, it was a soft, subtle moment of change. The Yule Ball was less about the grandeur of the event and more about the small, intimate moments shared between friends. Fact 103: Halloween at Hogwarts was another deeply magical time, steeped in rich traditions that combined mystery with fun. The students would gather in the Great Hall, where the ceiling would reflect the soft glow of jack-o'-lanterns, and the chill in the air added to the anticipation. For Harry, the night always brought a sense of wonder and excitement, a contrast to the dark events of his life. Halloween at Hogwarts symbolized the quiet, magical comfort that could still exist in a world filled with uncertainty, offering students a moment to embrace joy, even in the face of the unknown. Fact 104: the tradition of OWLs, ordinary wizarding levels, and nebutees, nastily exhausting wizarding tests, was a key aspect of the Hogwarts curriculum, though Rowling imbued these exams with a quiet pressure. The idea of studying, preparing, and facing the challenges of these magical tests mirrored the growing responsibilities of the students as they matured. While the exams were stressful, they also represented the quiet dedication and commitment the students had to their education and future. The soft tension surrounding these tests was a reflection of the larger theme of growing up, facing obstacles, learning, and moving forward. Fact 105: one of the most unique traditions at Hogwarts was the Sorting Hat ceremony, where first year students were assigned to one of the four houses. This ritual was more than a formality. It was a quiet, personal moment for each student, where their values and personality would guide their destiny at Hogwarts. The Sorting Hat, though magical, was a symbol of self-discovery. It reminded students that even in a world of magic, their true identity could only be defined by their choices and actions. The ceremony was both an exciting and reflective moment in their journey through Hogwarts. Fact 106: the Hogwarts School Song, sung in the Great Hall every start of the term, was a light-hearted tradition that symbolized unity within the school. It was a simple song, filled with whimsical charm, and despite its playful tone, it held a deeper meaning, creating a sense of belonging and shared experience. The song reminded the students that no matter their differences, they were all united by the common thread of magic and education. It was a moment of quiet celebration where students could connect with one another and embrace the collective joy of being part of something larger than themselves. Fact 107: the Triwizard Tournament, while competitive, was also a celebration of magical culture, bringing together wizards and witches from different schools. The tournament's challenges were difficult, but they were designed to test the students' courage, intellect, and resourcefulness. For the audience, the tournament was a magical tradition that created a sense of unity among wizards and witches from all walks of life. The soft excitement surrounding the event reminded the students that competition could be both thrilling and humbling, offering opportunities to grow and bond even as they faced the pressure of their tasks and the unknown challenges ahead. Fact 108: the magical tradition of wizarding weddings was often depicted as a small but heartfelt celebration, reflecting the warmth and intimacy of the wizarding world. The attention to detail in the decorations, the joy shared between the couple, and the magical touches, such as enchanted flowers and floating candles, created a dreamlike atmosphere. These weddings were quiet, beautiful affairs where magic was used to enhance the love and connection between two people. They mirrored the series' theme of love as the strongest form of magic, quietly illuminating the lives of those who choose to embrace it wholeheartedly. Fact 109: the centaurs, known for their deep knowledge of the stars and the natural world, followed a tradition of quiet wisdom. They were often seen as mysterious figures, choosing to live away from human society and maintaining their own form of magical independence. Despite their distance, the centaurs played a pivotal role in the wizarding world, reminding both wizards and muggles of the quiet power of nature. Their reverence for the stars and the universe reflected a deeper understanding of magic as something that exists not only in wands and spells, but in the quiet, ever present forces of the world. Fact 110: the Weasley Wizard Wheeze's shop, run by Fred and George, introduced a new tradition in the wizarding world: magical mischief for all ages. Their shop became a place of humor and lightness, offering products that brought joy and laughter to witches and wizards everywhere. While their antics were often mischievous, Fred and George's business represented the quiet courage to follow one's passions, even in the face of adversity. Their success was built on creativity and a belief that magic should bring joy and laughter, a fitting legacy for two brothers who used their talents to make the world brighter. Fact 111: Hogwarts Castle, with its towering spires and sprawling grounds, was inspired by real-life castles in Scotland, particularly the majestic Alnwick Castle. The filmmakers used the Scottish Highlands to capture the vast, rugged beauty of the magical world, adding layers of mystery and history to the setting. The sheer size of Hogwarts, with its hidden passageways and towering corridors, made it feel like a world within itself. It symbolized the emotional journey of the characters, full of hidden corners to explore and untold stories to discover, a constant reminder that magic often exists in the quiet spaces we least expect. Fact 112: Diagon Alley, the bustling hub of wizard commerce, was designed to feel like a hidden part of London, tucked away from Muggle eyes. Its crooked buildings, enchanted storefronts, and the cozy, familiar charm made it a favorite among fans. The alley's design was inspired by real London streets, like Leadenhall Market, blending the old world charm with magical eccentricity. The quiet magic of Diagon Alley was not just in its objects for sale, but in its atmosphere, a place where wizards and witches of all backgrounds could feel at home, immersed in a world of gentle wonder and discovery. Fact 113: the Forbidden Forest, A vast and untamed expanse located on the grounds of Hogwarts was inspired by the ancient woodlands of the UK. Locations like Fingalwoods in Devon provided the perfect backdrop for the eerie and mystical qualities of the forest. The forest was designed to evoke both danger and serenity, with towering trees and a thick canopy of leaves that filtered the sunlight. It represented the delicate balance between beauty and danger, offering both a sense of peace and the possibility of encountering something darker, much like the hidden truths waiting to be uncovered in the wizarding world. Fact 114: the Hogwarts Express, which carried students to and from Hogwarts each year, was inspired by the real life West Highland Line in Scotland. The scenic route through the Scottish Highlands, with its rolling hills and quiet valleys, provided the perfect setting for the magical journey. The soft, rhythmic sound of the train's wheels against the tracks mirrored the sense of transition from the ordinary world to the extraordinary one. The journey on the Hogwarts Express became a gentle metaphor for the beginning of each new school year, where anticipation, excitement, and magic blended into one quiet, transformative experience. Fact 115: the Leaky Cauldron, the pub that serves as a gateway between the Muggle and magical worlds, was inspired by the warmth and coziness of real London pubs. Filming took place in the heart of London, blending the comfort of a traditional pub with the enchantment of the wizarding world. The cauldron was designed to be a place of comfort and connection, a warm, welcoming space where witches and wizards could gather. It symbolized the quiet community that exists in the magical world, where connections are made in subtle, unspoken ways, and where all are welcome to rest for a while. Fact 116: Godric's Hollow, the birthplace of Harry Potter and the site of his parents' tragic death, was designed to evoke the quiet, peaceful nature of a small village. The set was inspired by the English countryside, with its gentle hills and cobbled streets. The village was meant to represent the contrast between the peaceful life the Potters led and the chaos that followed with Voldemort's rise. Its design emphasized the calm before the storm, a soft reminder of what was lost and the life that Harry might have had if not for the dark forces that shadowed his existence. Fact 117: the Room of Requirement, one of the most magical and mysterious places at Hogwarts, was inspired by the concept of hidden spaces that adapt to one's needs. The design of the room changed to reflect the students' intentions, creating a different layout every time it was needed. Its walls were designed to shift and evolve, symbolizing the ever-changing nature of the characters' lives. The room's design reflected the quiet, yet powerful magic that allows the universe to bend to our will when we are truly in need. It was a space that embodied the idea of hope and possibility. Fact 118: the Burrow, home to the Weasley family, was designed to feel warm, chaotic, and full of love. Inspired by the quaint, rambling houses in the English countryside, the Burrow was meant to evoke a sense of coziness and homeliness, despite its crooked and seemingly precarious structure. The house represented the Weasleys' values of family, loyalty, and resilience, even though it appeared to be haphazard and disorganized. Every room was filled with warmth and a sense of belonging. It was a reminder that home is not defined by perfection, but by the love and care that fill its walls. Fact 109: the Shrieking Shack, a key location in The Prisoner of Azkaban, was built to look abandoned and haunting, reflecting its dark past. The set was designed to be a place where secrets and mysteries lingered in every creaking floorboard and faded wall. Its eerie, decaying appearance was intended to evoke the sense of isolation and fear that surrounded it. The shack represented a place where history could not be easily erased and where characters were forced to confront painful truths. It was a reminder that the past, no matter how buried, always has a way of finding its way into the present. Fact 120. Platform 934 at King's Cross Station was designed to capture the magic of transition, the moment when one world quietly gives way to another. Filming took place on the real platform, with a magical twist added to the scene. The simplicity of the platform, with its quiet bustle and ordinary surroundings, made the sudden appearance of the magical world feel all the more wondrous. The platform's design symbolized the gentle threshold between the known and the unknown, offering Harry and the audience a chance to cross over into a world of possibility and adventure just beyond the ordinary world's edge. Fact 121. The music of Harry Potter, composed by John Williams, played a crucial role in defining the emotional tone of the films. Williams's score, especially the iconic Hedwig's theme, became synonymous with the series' magical atmosphere. The theme was composed to evoke a sense of wonder and mystery, embodying the childlike excitement of entering a world filled with magic. The delicate, soaring melody brought an emotional depth to the story, subtly drawing audiences into the wizarding world. The music's soft, persistent presence throughout the films became a gentle guide, leading viewers through both light and dark moments with ease. Fact 102. One of the most memorable pieces of the Harry Potter soundtrack is Hedwig's theme, which was first introduced in the opening sequence of the first film. The theme's soft, magical melody captured the essence of the series: hope, mystery, and possibility. Williams crafted the piece to feel timeless, yet evocative of the wonderment that accompanies first discovering magic. The recurring use of this theme throughout the films served as a gentle reminder that no matter how dark the story became, there was always a quiet, shining thread of magic running through it, waiting to offer hope when needed most. Fact 123. The Harry Potter soundtrack also included softer, more introspective pieces, such as A Window to the Past from The Prisoner of Azkaban. This melody was used to evoke Harry's longing for connection, especially as he learned about his parents' past. The delicate piano and strings created a sense of wistfulness, adding emotional weight to Harry's journey of self-discovery. Through these quieter pieces, the music brought out the heart of the story, its themes of family, love, and the quiet pull of memory, which shaped Harry's understanding of who he was and where he came from. Fact 124. Another key piece of the soundtrack is Buckbeak's flight from The Prisoner of Azkaban. The soaring melody that accompanied Harry's flight on Buckbeak's back was designed to evoke freedom and exhilaration. The music, with its light, sweeping strings and gentle rhythm, captured the joy of soaring through the sky, mirroring Harry's own sense of liberation. The melody conveyed the exhilaration of escaping his troubles and finding a moment of peace. Through this music, the audience was gently carried into Harry's world of wonder, reminding them that magic often exists in the simplest, most freeing moments. Fact 125. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, composer Patrick Doyle introduced a darker, more dramatic tone to the score, reflecting the increasing stakes of the story. One of the most haunting pieces, The Dark Mark, encapsulated the terror of Voldemort's return. The music was eerie and unsettling, with sharp strings that pierced the silence, creating an atmosphere of impending danger. This darker tone was woven throughout the film's soundtrack, heightening the emotional impact of each scene. Yet, even in its darkest moments, the music maintained a subtle sense of hope, a quiet belief that good would eventually prevail. Fact 126. The Quidditch matches, especially in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, were accompanied by lively, energetic music that reflected the fast paced, competitive nature of the sport. The Quidditch theme was filled with excitement, using bright brass and percussion to capture the exhilaration of the matches. But within these fast, high energy moments, the music still had a softness that reflected the magic at play. The theme was playful, light-hearted, and full of energy, reminding the audience that even in the heat of competition, there was still a sense of joy, wonder, and the quiet thrill of flying. Fact 127. In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the music took on a more melancholic tone, reflecting the series' growing sense of loss and uncertainty. The theme for Dumbledore's army was particularly poignant, as it evoked both the strength of the students and the sadness of what was to come. The soft, sweeping orchestral arrangements brought a sense of nostalgia and yearning for a time when life at Hogwarts felt safe and carefree. The music's quiet sorrow, paired with moments of hope, captured the emotional complexity of this pivotal chapter in the series. Fact 128. The music of Harry Potter was not just about creating mood, it was also a way to bring characters to life through sound. For example, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the theme for Dobby the House Elf was both whimsical and tender, capturing his innocence and longing for freedom. The soft, playful music mirrored Dobby's quirky personality and his deep desire to be treated with kindness. The soundtrack used subtle motifs to represent different characters, and each musical theme added an extra layer of depth to the story, helping audiences connect more deeply with the characters and their emotions. Fact 129. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the music became a reflection of the series' darker, more intense emotional landscape. The Resurrection Stone theme, hauntingly composed by Alexandre Desplat, was used to underscore the emotional weight of Harry's journey. The slow, mournful notes of the piece captured the gravity of Harry's ultimate decision to face death and the inevitable loss he would endure. Yet within this melancholy, there was also a faint glimmer of hope. The music reminded the audience that death, while inevitable, is also part of a cycle of life and rebirth, softly guiding Harry toward his fate. Fact 130. The final battle scenes in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows were accompanied by music that was both triumphant and tragic. The score, composed by Alexandre Desplat, combined soaring brass with quiet, haunting strings, evoking the emotions of both the victory over Voldemort and the loss of loved ones. The music's soft undercurrent of sadness created a bittersweet tone as the characters triumphed over evil, but at a great cost. The final musical moments leading into the epilogue were filled with a sense of resolution, as if the music itself was gently closing the chapter on Harry's journey. Fact 131. Wands are more than just magical tools in the Harry Potter series. They symbolize the deep connection between a wizard and their magic. The concept of wand lore is rooted in the belief that a wand's power is not just in its materials, but in the bond it shares with its owner. The core of each wand, the phoenix feather, dragon heartstring, or unicorn hair, has its own magical properties, making each wand unique. This quiet symbiosis between wizard and wand mirrors the idea that magic is deeply personal, a reflection of the witch or wizard's inner essence and desires. Fact 132. The Elder Wand, known as the Deathly Hallows, is one of the most mysterious and powerful wands in the wizarding world. Crafted from the wood of the elder tree, it was said to be unbeatable in duels. Its dark history and incredible power were shrouded in secrecy, passed down through the centuries with whispers of its origin. The wand's journey, passed from one hand to another, reflected the series' exploration of power, ownership, and destiny. Its quiet influence on the characters, particularly Voldemort, showed how the pursuit of power without understanding or humility can lead to destruction. Fact 133. Harry's wand, made of holly and phoenix feather, was unique not only because of its connection to him, but because it shared a core with Voldemort's wand. This deep connection, revealed later in the series, symbolized the intertwined fates of the two characters. The wand's soft, powerful magic became a metaphor for Harry's own journey, one of learning to control and wield his power. Just as Harry learned to trust in his own abilities, his wand, in its quiet way, represented the growth and self discovery that would ultimately help him face his greatest challenges. Fact 134. Wands in the Harry Potter series are not only magical objects, but also carry their own unique personalities and histories. The wand chooses the wizard, according to Ollivander, meaning that the relationship between a wand and its owner is personal and intimate. This idea was inspired by the belief that certain individuals are naturally drawn to specific objects, whether through affinity or fate. The soft magic of this concept lies in the quiet understanding that the right tool will find its way to the right person when the time is right and the heart is ready to accept its power. Fact 135. In the wizarding world, the crafting of a wand is a delicate art, involving great skill and knowledge of magical properties. Wand makers like Garrick Ollivander are known for their mastery in selecting the right wood and core to suit each witch or wizard. The materials used in wand making are symbolic, often tied to ancient traditions and magical properties. For example, holly is often associated with protection, while willow is linked to healing. The soft care involved in crafting each wand mirrors the careful, thoughtful nature of magic itself, which must be nurtured and understood to truly flourish. Fact 136. The core of each wand plays an integral role in determining its magical properties. The phoenix feather, for instance, is known for producing powerful, consistent magic, but also for being temperamental and difficult to control. The wand's core reflects the personality of its owner, creating a deep bond between the wizard and their magic. Much like the characters in the series, wands are not perfect, but their flaws and strengths become part of what makes them unique. The quiet understanding that magic is not always smooth or predictable gives the series a sense of authenticity and depth. Fact 137. The relationship between wands and their owners is not always smooth, as seen in the struggles between Harry and his wand, especially in the earlier books. The process of understanding one's own magic is a journey filled with trial, error, and quiet frustration. Harry's challenges with his wand reflected his own internal growth as he learned to trust in his abilities and face his fears. This theme of self discovery, reflected in the magic of the wands, is a core part of the series, showing that true power comes from understanding oneself and one's place in the world. Fact 138. The wandless magic seen in certain characters, like Dumbledore and Harry, adds a layer of mystery and depth to the wizarding world. Wandless magic is considered a rare and complex skill, often associated with the deepest levels of magical understanding. This kind of magic is quiet and subtle, often requiring intense concentration and control. The ability to perform wandless magic symbolizes the series' deeper themes of inner strength, where true magic is not only found in wands or spells, but in the heart and mind of the wizard themselves. It speaks to the power of the unspoken. Fact 139. The Wand Makers Guild and the ancient craft of wand making hold a quiet reverence in the magical world. Known only to a few, the secrets of wand making have been passed down through generations, with each new wand maker learning the delicate balance between wood, core, and craftsmanship. The guild's gentle yet strict traditions ensure that every wand produced is imbued with history, care, and attention to detail. In a world where magic is ever changing, wand makers act as quiet keepers of tradition, ensuring that the legacy of their craft and the power of the wand remains intact for future generations. Fact 140. Wands are often treated with the utmost reverence by their owners, reflecting the deep respect witches and wizards have for their magical tools. The wand is often seen as an extension of the witch or wizard's will, their strength, and their magic. The relationship between a witch or wizard and their wand is built on trust, care, and understanding. A wand that has been through many challenges, much like its owner, carries a history, one filled with soft victories, quiet failures, and the steady growth of its magic. This emotional connection adds layers of depth to each character's journey. Fact 141. Quidditch, the iconic magical sport in the Harry Potter series, was designed to be fast paced and thrilling, but also rich in symbolism. Its origins lie in the playful idea that wizards and witches needed a game to showcase both magical skill and teamwork. The combination of flying broomsticks, magical balls, and team dynamics mirrored the idea of balancing individual talent with collective effort. Quidditch became a way for characters to express both their personal courage and their ability to work in harmony, much like the themes of friendship and loyalty woven throughout the series. Fact 142. The design of Quidditch was influenced by a desire to create a sport that was both magical and accessible. The game uses a variety of enchanted objects, like the quaffle and the bludgers, to test players' skill, speed, and teamwork. Quidditch also symbolizes the unpredictability of life, where success often hinges on both strategy and luck. The fast moving nature of the game, with players swooping on broomsticks, echoes the sense of adventure and urgency that runs through the series. Quidditch is never just about winning, it's about how the characters face challenges, both on and off the pitch. Fact 143. The Golden Snitch, the small winged ball central to Quidditch, is perhaps the most iconic element of the sport. It symbolizes the elusive and fleeting nature of success, as well as the personal quests each character faces. Catching the snitch requires incredible skill, focus, and often a bit of luck. It represents the ultimate goal, the prize that drives the game forward, yet it is never so easily attained. Much like Harry's journey, the snitch is an elusive symbol of hope, representing the ultimate triumph that comes only after persistence, courage, and moments of quiet determination. Fact 144. The keeper position in Quidditch, who guards the goalposts, is often overlooked, but it plays a vital role in the game. The keeper symbolizes the quiet strength of defense and protection. Much like Harry's role as protector of his friends, the keeper ensures that the team's efforts aren't in vain, quietly standing guard against attacks. In many ways, the keeper reflects the emotional strengths needed in times of crisis to stand firm, to hold the line, and to provide a sense of security for the others, even when the world feels uncertain and vulnerable. Fact 145. The character of Oliver Wood, the Gryffindor Quidditch captain, was designed to embody the relentless drive of a leader. His focus on winning and his dedication to his team were balanced by the softer, quieter moments of camaraderie and friendship. Wood's obsession with Quidditch and his determination to win the Quidditch Cup mirror the larger theme of ambition within the series. Sometimes our drive for success can overshadow the softer, more important parts of life. His character growth, from intense ambition to recognizing the importance of friendship and balance, was a subtle yet significant part of the narrative. Fact 146. Quidditch was designed not only to be an exciting sport, but also to reflect the values of the magical world. The sport requires not just individual talent, but a deep sense of teamwork and trust between teammates. In this way, Quidditch mirrored the themes of the Harry Potter series, that personal achievement is most meaningful when shared with others. The unity between the Gryffindor team members, despite their differences, echoed the series' central message of friendship, loyalty, and how, through collective effort, individuals can overcome even the most challenging obstacles in their path. Fact 147. The origins of Quidditch can be traced back to medieval times, where magical broomstick races were a popular pastime among witches and wizards. Rowling drew inspiration from real world sports, particularly soccer and rugby, but added a distinctly magical twist. Quidditch, as it evolved, became a more structured sport with clear rules and objectives. Its creation was a playful nod to the idea that, even in the magical world, there is a need for recreation, competition, and fun, a reminder that even in times of darkness, the magic of joy, play, and community can provide light. Fact 148. In the Quidditch World Cup, the magical sport is depicted as not only a national event, but a cultural celebration. The match represents the unity of the wizarding community, with fans cheering from the stands and magical flags waving proudly. The event becomes a symbol of shared joy and national pride, uniting wizards from around the world. The Quidditch World Cup's role in the story highlights the importance of community and belonging, showing how magical traditions and collective celebration can provide moments of peace and joy amidst the trials and tribulations of the wizarding world. Fact 149. The role of the beaters, who protect the team by hitting bludgers at opposing players, was designed to show the importance of defense and protection within Quidditch. The beaters symbolize the unsung heroes who work quietly behind the scenes to ensure the success of the team. Their role, though often overlooked, is crucial in maintaining balance. In many ways, the beaters reflect the quieter strength of characters, like Ron and Hermione, who often work behind the scenes to support Harry, ensuring that the larger battles can be fought by others while they keep things steady and safe. Fact 150. The Quidditch Cup, the ultimate prize in the sport, represents more than just victory. It symbolizes the quiet dedication of the team to their craft. The intense preparation, training, and focus required to win the cup reflect the theme of hard work and persistence that runs through the entire series. For Harry and his friends, the Quidditch Cup was not just a game, it was a metaphor for the larger challenges they faced. It reminded them that success, whether in sports or life, comes not just from innate talent, but from the quiet commitment to doing your best every day. Fact 151: the subtle connections between characters in Harry Potter often foreshadow key events in the series. One of the earliest examples is the relationship between Harry and Draco Malfoy. From the first meeting at Madame Malkin's shop, where Draco's attitude toward Harry is dismissive, readers are gently shown the rivalry that will define much of their relationship. However, these early moments also hint at the complexity beneath the surface, suggesting that their destinies are linked in ways Harry cannot yet understand. The foreshadowing is soft but deliberate, building tension for the larger, more emotional confrontations that will come. Fact 152: Dumbledore's repeated use of the phrase, "It's our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are," is a subtle but powerful piece of foreshadowing in the series. This idea that one's character is shaped by their choices more than their abilities runs through every major plotline. From Harry's decision to face Voldemort to Snape's quiet sacrifices, this theme weaves through the narrative like a quiet thread. Dumbledore's wisdom reminds readers that the smallest moments of decision can shape the largest outcomes, making every choice significant in the magical world and beyond. Fact 153: the prophecy surrounding Harry and Voldemort is introduced as a small, cryptic element, but grows in significance throughout the series. It foreshadows the final battle, where Harry's choice will ultimately decide his fate. The quiet repetition of the prophecy adds a layer of inevitability, yet Rowling masterfully weaves in the theme of free will. Harry is not bound to the prophecy's terms. His choices, those quiet moments of courage and love, are what truly determine the outcome. The prophecy itself is a symbol of destiny's pull, but it is Harry's heart and actions that give the prophecy meaning. Fact 154: the constant use of mirrors throughout the Harry Potter series serves as a subtle reflection of the characters' inner struggles. The mirror of Arist, for example, reflects Harry's deepest desire, which he initially believes to be his parents. However, over time, Harry comes to understand that the mirror shows not what one truly needs, but what one longs for. This subtle theme of reflection serves as both foreshadowing and introspection throughout the series, reminding readers that sometimes the answers we seek are not found in external things, but in the quiet, often overlooked corners of our own hearts. Fact 155: the connection between Harry and the invisibility cloak is an important piece of foreshadowing in the series. The cloak, passed down from his father, represents both Harry's heritage and his journey towards self-discovery. Early in the series, it serves as a tool for adventure and escape. However, as the story progresses, the cloak takes on deeper significance, symbolizing Harry's understanding of his place in the wizarding world. Its quiet power, allowing Harry to move unseen, becomes a metaphor for his journey, the courage to step into the unknown and the wisdom to find strength in hidden places. Fact 156: the importance of the number 7 in Harry Potter is a soft but constant presence throughout the series. 7 years at Hogwarts 7 Horcruxes, and 7 books in the series reflect the deep significance of this number in magical lore. The use of 7 in the narrative is both a symbolic and structural choice, representing completeness, cycles, and the journey toward resolution. It serves as a quiet reminder that each part of the story, like each year at Hogwarts, brings Harry closer to the final resolution. Every seventh moment is a step toward understanding and transformation. Fact 157. The recurring theme of death in the Harry Potter series is introduced early, with Harry's parents' death shaping much of his character. However, Rowling weaves in a softer understanding of death as the series progresses. It's not just the loss of life that matters, but how the characters respond to death and the legacies they leave behind. From Harry's acceptance of his own death to the quiet sacrifices of characters like Snape and Fred Weasley, death in the series is portrayed not as an end, but as a transition, often bringing clarity and understanding to those left behind. Fact 158. The idea of family is explored throughout Harry Potter, from the Weasley family's unconditional love to Harry's search for his own identity. Family is presented as both a source of strength and a source of pain. While the Weasleys represent the ideal of a loving, supportive family, Harry's journey involves reconciling with the absence of his parents. This subtle theme underscores the importance of the family we create for ourselves, not just the one we are born into. Through both blood and choice, family becomes a quiet force that shapes the character's resilience and understanding of love. Fact 159. The role of the Triwizard Tournament in the Goblet of Fire serves as a quiet metaphor for the rite of passage Harry undergoes. While the tournament is meant to be a test of magical skill, it also symbolizes Harry's transition from boyhood to adulthood. The tasks in the tournament challenge not just Harry's magical abilities, but his courage, wisdom, and ability to navigate the complex world of power and politics. The tournament's progression mirrors Harry's own growth, where the magical challenges reflect the internal struggles he faces as he matures and understands his place in the wizarding world. Fact 160. Throughout the Harry Potter series, characters often struggle with their sense of identity. From Harry's uncertainty about his place in the wizarding world to Draco Malfoy's internal conflict about his family's beliefs, the theme of self-discovery is woven softly through the narrative. The characters are all on a journey to understand who they truly are, beyond their names or expectations. This search for identity is highlighted by moments of vulnerability, such as Harry's reflections on his parents or Hermione's doubts about her worth. These quiet moments of introspection add depth to the story, allowing the characters to grow through their struggles. Fact 161. The Harry Potter series has had a profound impact on readers worldwide, not just in terms of its storytelling, but in the way it fosters a deeper understanding of courage, love, and friendship. For many, the series became a source of comfort during difficult times. The quiet lessons about resilience, hope, and the importance of standing up for what is right resonated with readers of all ages. Harry's journey, filled with loss and triumph, offers a gentle reminder that no matter how challenging life may seem, the strength to persevere often lies within ourselves and those around us. Fact 162. The themes of Harry Potter, love, sacrifice, and personal growth, have become universal, transcending age, culture, and background. Readers of all ages have found solace in the book's portrayal of personal struggle and transformation. The idea that every person has the potential for greatness, despite their flaws, is a core message of the series. This quiet optimism has inspired generations of readers to be more empathetic, understanding, and courageous in their own lives. Harry's resilience in the face of adversity reflects the quiet strength that exists in all of us, waiting to be nurtured and brought to the surface. Fact 163. The Harry Potter books have had a lasting cultural impact, fostering communities of readers who share their love for the series. These communities, both online and offline, have become spaces where fans connect, exchange ideas, and celebrate the magical world together. These shared experiences have created a sense of belonging for many, turning Harry Potter into more than just a series of books. The gentle power of community, built around a shared love for the characters and themes, is a testament to the enduring impact of the series. It shows that stories can create lasting, meaningful connections. Fact 164. One of the most beautiful aspects of Harry Potter is its exploration of how people change and grow over time. Each character in the series, from Harry to Draco Malfoy, undergoes significant development. This quiet transformation, often achieved through personal struggle and introspection, resonates deeply with readers. The message that change is not only possible, but often necessary for growth, has inspired countless fans to reflect on their own lives and the power of their choices. The series' ability to gently encourage self reflection and personal development is a key reason why it continues to touch readers' hearts. Fact 165. The Harry Potter series also emphasizes the importance of finding one's own identity. Throughout the story, Harry struggles with his sense of self, constantly grappling with who he is and what his legacy means. This journey toward self discovery is something many readers relate to, particularly young readers who are also navigating their own paths. The series encourages readers to accept themselves, flaws and all, and to embrace their unique qualities. In a world where fitting in often seems like the goal, Harry Potter teaches that true strength comes from embracing who you are, quietly and proudly. Fact 166. The relationships in Harry Potter, whether friendships or family bonds, are depicted with warmth and depth, emphasizing the importance of human connection. Harry's friendships with Ron and Hermione, in particular, demonstrate the quiet power of loyalty, trust, and mutual support. These relationships evolve over time, growing stronger through challenges and shared experiences. The way Rowling portrays the comfort and strength found in true friendships has inspired readers to value their own relationships. It serves as a gentle reminder that no matter how difficult life may be, the love and support of friends and family can provide unwavering comfort. Fact 167. The influence of Harry Potter extends beyond its books and films, inspiring a wide range of adaptations and experiences, from theme park attractions to fan created works. These adaptations have allowed the series to continue, to evolve, fostering new generations of fans. The shared love for the series has become a cultural touchstone, with fans finding new ways to express their passion for the magical world. This continued engagement with the series reflects its timeless nature, as its themes of love, courage, and hope continue to resonate with audiences around the world, softly inviting them to return to the wizarding world again and again. Fact 168. Harry's ability to love and be loved is one of the most important aspects of his character. Throughout the series, Harry is shown to value love above all else, and it is his capacity for love that ultimately allows him to defeat Voldemort. The series emphasizes that love, even in its quietest forms, is the greatest force in the universe. This message has had a profound impact on readers, reminding them that love, whether familial, platonic, or romantic, is a powerful force that can overcome even the darkest of obstacles. The soft, enduring power of love is central to the series' lasting appeal. Fact 169. The concept of fighting evil in Harry Potter is not always about grand battles or external conflict, but about the internal struggle each character faces. Voldemort represents external evil, but the real challenges lie within Harry's ability to confront his own fears, doubts, and weaknesses. This internal conflict mirrors the real life struggles that many readers face. The gentle message of the series is that true strength is found not in defeating others, but in overcoming our own inner darkness. Harry's journey teaches that facing our fears with courage and compassion is the quiet path to true victory. Fact 170. The Harry Potter series has inspired an entire generation of readers to believe in the power of stories. The books encourage readers to dream, to imagine, and to hope. The magic of the series lies not only in its fantastical world, but in the way it inspires readers to create their own magic in the world. Through its quiet themes of love, friendship, and self discovery, the series encourages readers to find their own voice and use their own power for good. The soft, lasting legacy of Harry Potter is the belief that stories can change lives and shape hearts. Fact 171. The legacy of Harry Potter extends far beyond the pages of the books and the frames of the films. It has become a gentle guiding light for readers of all ages, offering a sense of comfort and hope during times of uncertainty. The series' messages of resilience, love, and self discovery have left an indelible mark on millions. Its enduring popularity reflects its universal themes, which continue to resonate with readers and viewers worldwide. The quiet power of the Harry Potter universe lies not only in its magical adventures, but in its ability to inspire strength and compassion in all who encounter it. Fact 172. The Harry Potter series is a testament to the importance of community. The friendships formed between Harry, Ron, and Hermione serve as a gentle reminder that even in the face of darkness, the support of those we care about can provide the strength to persevere. The Weasley family, with its warmth and love, embodies the idea that family doesn't always have to be defined by blood. The series encourages readers to cherish the bonds they share with others, whether familial or platonic, as these connections are what provide the true magic in life: quiet, steadfast, and unbreakable. Fact 173. The importance of choice is a theme that runs through the Harry Potter series, gently guiding Harry and his friends toward their destinies. Dumbledore's belief that our choices define us more than our abilities is echoed throughout the story, as the characters consistently choose to act with courage, integrity, and love. Whether it's Harry choosing to face danger to protect his friends, or Snape choosing to defy his former master, the series emphasizes that our decisions, however small, shape the world around us. It is through these quiet yet pivotal moments of choice that true magic is created. Fact 174. The quiet, hidden beauty of Hogwarts is reflected in the details of its architecture and surroundings. From the enchanted ceiling of the Great Hall to the ever changing staircase, the castle is designed to feel alive, as though it's been shaped by the magic of the many students who have passed through its halls. The grounds, with their secret corners and hidden passages, evoke a sense of mystery and wonder. Hogwarts itself becomes a metaphor for the journey of self discovery, constantly evolving and revealing new layers, much like the students who call it home. Fact 175. The symbol of the lightning bolt scar on Harry's forehead is one of the most recognizable in all of literature. But its significance goes beyond its physical presence. It represents Harry's journey from innocence to understanding, from fear to courage. The scar serves as a constant reminder of the battle between good and evil, not just in the wizarding world, but within each individual. Harry's acceptance of his scar and what it represents mirrors the series' overarching message that our struggles, even the most painful ones, are part of who we are and guide us toward our purpose. Fact 176. The theme of sacrifice is deeply woven into the fabric of the Harry Potter series. From Lily Potter's selfless act of protection to the sacrifices made by characters like Fred Weasley and Severus Snape, the series portrays sacrifice as an act of love and courage. These moments of selflessness, often quiet and unnoticed, become the turning points in the battle against darkness. The series reminds readers that true strength lies not in the ability to defeat others, but in the willingness to sacrifice for the greater good, even when the cost is high. Love, it shows, is always worth the sacrifice. Fact 177. The magic of Harry Potter lies in its ability to transport readers to a world where anything is possible, but it's the quiet moments that resonate the most. Whether it's Harry sitting in the Gryffindor common room, contemplating his next move, or Hermione working late into the night, the subtle details of everyday life at Hogwarts add depth and heart to the story. The series captures the beauty of small, intimate moments, like the quiet comfort of a shared meal or the soft sound of laughter, that make the world feel real, even as it's filled with extraordinary magic. Fact 178. The characters in Harry Potter are defined not just by their actions, but by their inner struggles and growth. Harry's journey is one of overcoming his own fears and doubts, learning to trust in himself and others. Similarly, characters like Ron and Hermione experience their own quiet moments of self-discovery, realizing their true strength. The series teaches readers that growth often comes through facing difficult choices and accepting the parts of ourselves that we may not always understand. In the end, it's these moments of quiet transformation that make the characters' journeys so meaningful and relatable. Fact 179. The enchanted objects in the Harry Potter series, from the Marauder's map to the invisibility cloak, serve as symbols of the quiet magic that exists within the world. These items represent the hidden potential of everyday objects, waiting to be unlocked by those with the knowledge and courage to use them. They remind readers that magic is not always about grand gestures, but about the small, unnoticed things that hold great power when used with care. These objects carry with them the idea that the world is full of mysteries, waiting to be discovered by those who seek them. Fact 180. As we close this journey through the Harry Potter universe, it's clear that the series has left a lasting impact on readers worldwide. Its gentle messages of love, friendship, sacrifice, and self-discovery continue to resonate with those who return to the books again and again. The quiet magic of the series lies not in its grand battles or the wonders of the wizarding world, but in its ability to remind us of the quiet power that resides within us all, the power to choose love, to grow, and to make a difference in the world, no matter how small. Thank you for drifting with me tonight. May your dreams be warm, may your breathing be easy, and may your heart find a quiet place to rest. Good night.